world does not respect the man who gives himself away. You have been told your entire life that warmth is a virtue, that if you are open, kind, and accessible, the world will return that appreciation to you. That is a comforting illusion. In the brutal arithmetic of human nature, accessibility creates familiarity, but scarcity creates value. When you are always warm, always available, and always smiling, you are not seen as valuable. You are seen as a resource, a utility like tap water, necessary perhaps, but entirely forgettable until the moment you stop flowing. There is a version of you that is tired of being the nice guy, tired of the emotional exhaustion that comes from managing everyone else's feelings while yours are ignored. You watch the cold, the distant, and the detached get the promotions, the attention, and the respect, and you wonder why. It is not because they are evil. It is because they have tapped into a primal psychological law that you are ignoring. Robert Greene has repeatedly demonstrated throughout history that scarcity, mystery, and emotional self-control create a form of influence that constant availability never can. He was never talking about fear. He was talking about respect. He was talking about the power of a person who cannot be easily consumed. I am going to teach you the psychology of being cold. Not cruel, not malicious, but strategically detached. We are going to dismantle the need for validation that keeps you dependent on other people's opinions. We are going to install a new operating system based on the laws of power, stoicism, and biological value. By the end of this, you will understand why the person who cares the least often holds the most leverage, and you will know exactly how to become the glacier, slow, silent, and moving through obstacles with relentless force. But you have to be willing to let go of the part of you that constantly needs to be liked. The economics of affection, inflation. Let's look at your personality like a currency. If a government prints too much money, what happens? Inflation. The value of the currency drops. It becomes worthless paper. You can have a wheelbarrow full of it and it won't buy you a loaf of bread. Now look at your attention. Look at your validation. You give it away for free. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You reply to texts instantly. You agree with opinions you dislike just to keep the peace. You apologize for taking up space. You have hyperinflated your own value. You have flooded the market with you. And because the market is flooded, your stock is at zero. The psychology of being cold is at its core a strategy of deflation. It is the restriction of supply. When you pull back, when you stop offering your energy so freely, the market corrects. Suddenly, your silence has weight. Your compliment has value. Your presence becomes an event, not a routine. Robert Greene has repeatedly observed that human beings are often ungrateful, fickle, and driven by self-interest. If you give them everything, they will think they deserve it. They will view your kindness not as a gift, but as something they have come to expect. To be cold is to recognize this reality about human nature and adjust accordingly. It starts with the eyes. The warm man looks at everyone with pleading eyes. He is scanning the room asking, "Am I safe here? Do you like me?" His energy projects outward, searching for a return signal. The cold man's energy projects inward. He is not scanning for safety. He is assessing the terrain. He is not asking for permission to exist. He is grounded in his own gravity. When you stop projecting that "please like me" energy, people get confused. Their subconscious mind detects an anomaly. Why isn't he trying to impress me? Does he know something I don't? Is he operating from a different level of confidence? That doubt is the seed of respect. You must become comfortable with the dead air. In a conversation, the average person is terrified of silence. They fill it with nervous laughter, with chatter, with self-deprecation. They pour out words to fill the void. The cold strategist lets the silence sit. He looks at you. He listens. He does not rush to comfort you. In that silence, the other person's anxiety rises and they begin to seek your approval. They start talking faster, revealing more, trying to win you over. You have flipped the dynamic without saying a word. You have become the prize simply by refusing to play the game of inflation. The second layer of this psychology is the death of reactivity. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, taught that men are not disturbed by things, but by the view which they take of them. Most people are puppets. They have strings attached to their ego, their insecurities and their emotional wounds. All the world has to do is pull a string and they dance. If someone insults you, you get angry. String pulled. If someone praises you, you get arrogant. String pulled. To be cold is to cut the strings. It is the state of being an immutable object. Imagine a cliffside by the ocean. The waves crash against it. They scream, they foam. They pound the rock with millions of gallons of force. Does the cliff scream back? Does the cliff try to negotiate with the ocean? No, it stands. It endures. And eventually the water breaks against the rock and flows back into the sea. You must become the cliff. When you react emotionally to disrespect, you are telling the other person, you have power over me. Your opinion of me is more important than my opinion of myself. That is the ultimate surrender of control. Robert Greene repeatedly emphasizes that influence belongs to the person who remains unreadable and emotionally disciplined. The moment people know what hurts you, they know exactly where to apply pressure. This is where the concept of the gray rock comes from. But we are going deeper than that. We are talking about the void. When someone tries to provoke you, do not just ignore them. Look at them as if they are a specimen in a jar. Observe their anger. Observe their attempt to influence you. Detach from the immediate moment. Step back into the back of your mind and watch the movie. Say to yourself, look at this person. Look how desperate they are for a reaction. When you view them with clinical detachment, their influence evaporates. You are not fighting them. You are studying them. And nothing, absolutely nothing, is colder than being studied. This is why silence is so powerful. If someone screams at you and you scream back, you have validated their anger. You have entered the arena. You are equals. But if they scream and you wait 3 seconds, look at them calmly and ask, are you finished? You have completely shifted the dynamic. You have signaled that their emotional storm did not even disturb your balance. You are operating on a different level of composure. This works in relationships, in business, and in conflict. The person who loses their temper first often loses the negotiation. The person who cares the most about the deal loses the leverage. You must practice the pause of power. Before you respond to anything, a text, an email, an insult, a question, force a pause. Even if it is just 2 seconds, that pause tells your brain, I am in control here. I am not a reflex. I am a chooser. In that pause, you dissolve the people pleaser. In that pause, you release the fearful child. And the person who speaks after the pause is the sovereign. The law of zero drag, detachment, physics, teaches us about drag, friction, the resistance that air or water puts on an object moving through it. The more attachments you have, the more drag you have, the slower you move. Most men are heavy. They are weighed down by the need for outcomes. I need this job. I need her to text me back. I need them to think I'm smart. This neediness is obvious. It signals dependence. Evolutionary biology is unforgiving. It teaches us to avoid those who constantly drain resources. If you need me, you become a burden. If you want me but don't need me, you become a partner. The psychology of coldness is the art of zero drag. It is the application of the Bhagavad Gita's central lesson. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. This is the hardest pill to swallow. You must act with total intensity, total focus, and total skill, while simultaneously remaining detached from the result. It is the sniper's mindset. The sniper calculates the wind, the distance, the breathing. He executes the perfect shot. Once the bullet leaves the barrel, he does not scream at it. He does not pray to it. He packs up his gear. The outcome is physics. It is out of his hands. When you detach from the outcome, you become remarkably effective. Why? Because you are no longer afraid of loss. The man who is afraid to lose the girl will act strange, jealous, and insecure. He will lose her. The man who is afraid to lose the deal will lower his price and look desperate. He will lose the deal. But the cold man, he walks away. And the willingness to walk away is the only true power you have in any negotiation. Robert Greene repeatedly shows that influential individuals never become dependent on the goodwill of others. They rely on their own capabilities. Apply this to your psyche. When you enter a room, tell yourself, I do not need anything from these people. I do not need their money. I do not need their validation. I do not need their friendship. If you get it, fine. If you don't, fine. This mindset creates a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you pull back your need, people feel a space opening up. They feel the void where your neediness used to be, and they are compelled to fill it. They start chasing you. They start trying to impress you. This is the paradox of desire. We want what retreats from us. Think about a cat versus a dog. A dog is warm. It jumps on you. It licks your face. It needs you. You love the dog, but you do not respect it. You control the dog. A cat is cold. It sits across the room. It watches you. It decides when it wants attention. And because of that, you work for the cat's affection. You feel honored when the cat chooses you. Be the cat. Stop jumping on people. Stop chasing them with compliments and constant availability. Sit back, watch, let them come to you. The shadow self-integration. Society tells you to hide your dark side, to hide your aggression, your selfishness, your competitive instincts. They tell you to be a civilized man. But Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, warned that a man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. Being cold is not about being empty. It is about being full of powerful impulses that you have under total control. A harmless man is not necessarily a good man. A harmless man is often just weak. A good man is a capable man who has his strength under voluntary control. People can sense the difference. If you are just nice because you are afraid of conflict, you are vulnerable. You are soft. But if you are polite, calm, and quiet, yet there is a glimmer in your eye that says, I could respond differently, but I choose not to, that is magnetism. That is the cold factor. It is the velvet-covered brick. How do you build this? By engaging with your shadow, by acknowledging that you are capable of selfishness. You are capable of influence. You are capable of harsh behavior. Do not deny these parts. Integrate them. Robert Greene did not study power for saints. He studied leaders who had to survive in a world of competition, deception, and conflict. He repeatedly shows that you must understand the darker side of human nature so that you are not overwhelmed by those who do. When you accept your own capacity for darkness, you stop being afraid of other people's darkness. You see a manipulator and you do not react with shock. You recognize the technique. You smile. You say, I see what you are doing. This self-knowledge gives you a solidity that warm people often lack. Warm people are frequently naive. They project their own goodness onto the world and get blindsided by reality. The cold man sees the world as it is, not as he wishes it to be. He accepts reality. Acceptance is cold. Wishful thinking is warm. Wishful thinking tells you maybe she will change. Maybe the boss will notice me. Maybe the market will recover. Wishful thinking can keep you passive. Cold acceptance says she is treating me with disrespect. That is the data. I will act on the data. Let go of the fantasy. Embrace the cold clarity of the present moment. The language of the sovereign. Verbal minimalism. Robert Greene in the 48 Laws of Power. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Words are a leak. Every time you speak, you leak power. You leak information. You leak intent. The insecure man is terrified of being misunderstood, so he explains himself. He writes paragraphs of text. He overcontextualizes. He creates word salads trying to manage your perception of him. The cold man speaks in headlines. He gives the instruction. He states the boundary. He asks the question and then he stops. He does not justify his existence. No is a complete sentence. I don't like that is a complete thought. That doesn't work for me is a final decision. When you cut the fat from your communication, your words become heavy. They land like stones. Think about the most influential authority figures in your life or in history. Did they babble? Did they ramble? No, they spoke with economy. This minimalism creates a projection screen. When you give people very little verbal data, their brain has to fill in the gaps. And they will usually fill in the gaps with qualities that make you seem more intelligent, more profound, and more influential than you actually are. Let them do the work. Stop trying to prove you are smart. The person who tries to prove they are smart is signaling that they feel insecure. The person who knows they are smart has no interest in proving it to you. This is the essence of Robert Greene-style communication. Information is leverage. Why would you give everyone your blueprints? Keep your cards close to your chest. When people ask, "What are you thinking?" smile and say, "I'm just listening." It fascinates them. It makes them work harder. It makes them seek your approval. The architecture of scarcity. We are going to go deeper into the management of time and presence. Robert Greene has repeatedly shown that familiarity breeds contempt. If people see you every day, if they know exactly what you eat for breakfast, if they know your entire routine, you become mundane. You become furniture. To maintain influence, you must strategically withdraw. This is not about ghosting people to be toxic. It is about reclaiming your own orbit. Most people live in other people's orbits. They are moons circling someone else's planet. They wait for the text. They wait for the plan. They wait for the invitation. The cold man is the sun. He has his own gravity. He has his own mission. He has his own trajectory. Sometimes your trajectory intersects with others. That is warmth. That is connection. But then you continue on your path. You move away. This movement away is crucial. You must have a life that is more interesting to you than any relationship or any validation. If you don't have a mission, you will inevitably become needy. You cannot fake this. If your life is empty, you will cling to people. You need a purpose that is cold, a purpose that does not care if you are tired, a purpose that demands your attention more than a notification on your screen. When you are busy building an empire, whether that is a business, a physique, or a mind, you are naturally scarce. You don't have to pretend to be busy. You are busy, and that organic scarcity is one of the most attractive forces on earth. People want to be part of something that is moving. They want to hop on the train, but if the train is parked at the station, waiting for people to get on, nobody wants to ride. If the train is moving, and they have to run to catch it, they will sprint. Be the moving train. Now I know what you are thinking. But won't I be lonely? Won't I lose friends? Won't people think I'm arrogant? Yes, you will lose friends. But were they friends? Or were they simply feeding on your unlimited supply of validation? You will be called arrogant. You will be called different. Good. Different is the price of admission to the top tier. Normal is the definition of mediocrity. Constant approval is the trophy of dependence. You are terrified of the cold because you have lived your whole life huddled by the fire of other people's approval. You think that if you step away from the fire, you will freeze. But I am here to tell you that you are made of fire. The heat you are looking for is inside you, but you will never find it as long as you are asking everyone else for sparks. We have covered the foundation. We have stripped away the neediness, the reactivity, and the verbal excess that makes you weak. But now we must go into the advanced mechanics. We must talk about how to apply this coldness in specific scenarios. The rabbit hole goes deeper because once you realize that you don't need the world, you realize how much influence you already possess. The glacier stare. Non-verbal dominance. We have spoken about silence. Now we speak about the eyes. The eyes are the only part of the human brain that is visible outside the skull. When you look at someone, you are looking at their neural circuitry. Most people have seeking eyes. They dart around. They blink rapidly when nervous. They break eye contact when the tension gets too high. They look down to submit. The cold man cultivates the glacier stare. This is not a glare. It is not an angry frown. It is a calm, steady focus that looks beyond the social mask and into the intent. When you are in a negotiation, a confrontation, or even a moment of attraction, try this. When the other person is speaking, lock your eyes onto one of theirs, usually the left eye, and do not move. Do not nod excessively. Do not smile to reassure them. Just receive the data. This creates noticeable pressure. Their primitive brain registers you as someone completely comfortable with tension, not because you are attacking, but because you are still. In nature, the predator is still before action. The prey is jittery. By holding this gaze, you force them to break first, and whoever breaks the gaze first subconsciously acknowledges the other as holding the stronger frame. But here is the nuance. Your face must be relaxed. If you look tense, you look like you are trying too hard. If your face is relaxed, bored even, but your eyes are locked on, it signals, I am comfortable in this high-pressure environment. Are you? This is the Robert Greene lion and fox duality. The eyes are the lion, direct and forceful. The face is the fox, unreadable and smooth. Use this sparingly. If you do it all the time, you look unnatural. But use it when boundaries are crossed. Use it when you are stating your price. Use it when someone tries to deceive you. It acts like a truth detector. People often crumble under the weight of a gaze that does not seek their approval. The art of the soft no. Rejection as power. The amateur says yes because he wants to be liked. The intermediate says no aggressively to prove he has boundaries. The master says no so softly that you thank him for it. This is the ultimate cold move. It is rejection wrapped in silk. When you reject someone, a plan, a date, a deal, you are demonstrating high value. You are demonstrating that your time is spoken for. But if you do it with anger, I don't have time for this, you show that you are stressed. You show that they annoyed you. You gave them a reaction. The cold approach is indifferent politeness. I can't make that work. That's not for me. I'm going to pass. Notice there are no excuses. Not because my dog is sick or because I'm really busy right now. When you give an excuse, you give them a handle to argue with. Oh, bring the dog. Oh, we can do it later. When you give a flat, soft no, there is nothing to grab onto. It is a smooth wall of ice. They slide right off. Robert Greene repeatedly highlights that powerful people avoid creating unnecessary enemies even when they deny requests. The soft no achieves this. You are not being mean. You are just being unavailable. And here is the psychological twist. People often become preoccupied with what they cannot have. By limiting access to yourself, you become more intriguing. You trigger the reactance theory we discussed earlier. The moment you say no, their brain tries to figure out how to turn it into a yes. You have given them a puzzle to solve, and the puzzle is you. While they are spending energy trying to solve you, you are spending your energy on your mission. You are winning the resource game. Strategic unpredictability. Robert Greene wrote that a person who is not wise himself cannot be wisely guided. He also repeatedly demonstrates throughout history that a person who becomes predictable becomes controllable. If people know exactly how you will react, they can build a strategy around you. If they know that flattery works on you, they will flatter you. If they know that insults provoke you, they will insult you. To be cold is to be a glitched algorithm. Just when they think you are going to be angry, be calm. Just when they think you're going to be excited, be bored. Just when they think you are going to zig. This keeps people on their toes. It creates a low-level uncertainty in those around you. They have to watch you closely. They have to pay attention to your mood. In a relationship, this prevents the boredom death spiral. If you are always the same, passion fades. But if you are a little bit difficult to read, a little bit unexpected, attention remains engaged. Do not be chaotic. Chaos is weakness. Be calculatedly unpredictable. For example, usually you reply to texts within an hour, suddenly go quiet for 24 hours. No explanation. When you return, act as if nothing happened. Hey, what's up? Their mind will spin. Where was he? Who was he with? Is he losing interest? You have activated their imagination. And as Robert Greene says, imagination is one of the most powerful tools in the game of attraction. You are encouraging them to think about you. And the more they think about you, the more they invest in you. The sunk cost fallacy kicks in. I've spent so much time thinking about him, he must be important. You are activating their cognitive biases simply by breaking your pattern. The power of walking away. There is no negotiating tactic, no attraction technique. No power moves stronger than the ability to turn your back and walk out the door. This is the final option of the cold mindset. Most people are terrified of endings. They stay in bad jobs, unhealthy relationships, and poor deals because they are afraid of the void. They are afraid of starting over. The cold man is comfortable with the void. He knows that there are billions of people on the planet. He knows that opportunities are everywhere. He operates from an abundance mindset, even if he is broke, because he knows his value is internal, not external. When you are willing to walk away, you hold all the leverage. You can demand the highest price. You can demand the best treatment because the other side can sense that you are not bluffing. Have you ever tried to sell something to a man who didn't really want to buy it? It's almost impossible. You have to lower the price. You have to convince. Be the man who doesn't need to buy. In every interaction, ask yourself, am I willing to lose this? If the answer is no, you have already lost. You are emotionally trapped. If the answer is yes, you are free. And freedom, true, cold, detached freedom, is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess. People want to be around the free man because they want to experience a piece of that independence. They want to know what it feels like to not be controlled by fear. The sanctuary of solitude. To maintain this temperature, you need a freezer. You need a place where you recharge. You cannot be cold if you are constantly overstimulated by social media, noise, and people. You will burn out. You will become irritable, not cold. You need solitude. Robert Greene has repeatedly shown that periods of isolation and deep reflection are often where the most important strategic insights are formed. Throughout his own career, he spent years observing, studying, writing, and developing ideas away from the noise of constant social validation. You must build your sanctuary, a time of day or a room in your house where no one enters. No phone, no influences. In that silence, you reconnect with your frame. You remind yourself who you are. You wash off the influence of the herd. If you are constantly plugged in, you are constantly being programmed. The news tells you what to fear. Instagram tells you what to desire. Your friends tell you what to think. Solitude is the deprogramming chamber. It is where you cool down the engines. It is where you analyze the data of your life without the emotion of the moment. Why did I react that way? Is this person actually good for me? Am I on the right path? These answers only come in the cold silence. They never come in the noise. If you cannot be alone, you cannot be strong. A man who needs company is a man who is running from himself. And if you are running from yourself, why should anyone else run towards you? Stop running. Turn around. Face the void. And realize that the void is not empty. It is a mirror. The final transformation. Becoming the mirror. When you master these phases, something strange happens. You become a mirror to others. Because you are not projecting your own neurosis, you reflect theirs back to them. When an angry person meets a cold man, they see their own ugliness reflected in his calm. It drives them mad or it makes them ashamed. When a needy person meets a cold man, they feel the emptiness of their own soul. When a powerful person meets a cold man, they recognize a peer. They see respect. You become the Rorschach test of your environment. You reveal people's true nature to themselves. This is the ultimate position of power. You are the immovable center around which the chaos revolves. You are not cold because you lack fire. You are cold because you have mastered the fire. You have focused it into a laser instead of letting it burn down your house. Let's be clear. I am not telling you to become a robot. I am not telling you to never love, never laugh, never enjoy the sun. I am telling you to stop being a slave to the heat. I am telling you that you have the capacity to choose your temperature. There is a time to be warm with your children, with your brothers in arms, with the woman who has earned your loyalty over years of testing. But that warmth has meaning only because you are capable of the cold. If you are warm to everyone, your warmth is worthless. It is just your default setting. You are a radiator that can't turn off. But if you are a glacier and you choose to melt a little bit for one person, that is a gift. That is a privilege that feels like the sun breaking through a winter sky. By mastering the cold, you make your warmth valuable again. You are reclaiming your economy. The path I have laid out is not easy. It goes against your biological wiring. We are social apes. We want to be part of the troop. We want to be groomed and petted. To choose the cold is to choose the path of the outlier. The maverick, whatever label you want to use. It is the path of the man who walks alone, not because he has to, but because he likes the view. It is the path Robert Greene repeatedly highlights through history. The person willing to face the realities of human nature without flinching. Now look at your life. Look at the texts you are desperate to send. Look at the people you are desperate to please. Look at the anxiety that is eating your stomach. Is it worth it? Or are you ready to turn down the thermostat? Are you ready to kill the neediness? Are you ready to become the immutable object? The world is loud, be quiet. The world is hot, be cold. The world is chaotic. Be the order. Subscribe if you haven't.